This customer challenged us to see how much value we could add to his GTR when he sells it. He bought it a year ago and now he wants to sell it. So he gave it to us to do a correction and ceramic coating package and see how much he can sell it for. So his customer imported this car from Japan about a year ago and he paid 120 grand all up. We're gonna see how much it sells for after our correction and coating package. So as I said, R33 GTR V-Spec. It's an absolute animal. I think it's just been imported from Japan a year ago. That's how he got it, and now he's looking to sell it. So the customer's added some sort of sealant to the car, so it's beating a little bit. We're gonna correct the whole car, coat the whole car, detail the engine bay, interior and boot. So any centimeter that the customer looks to come by it, it's gonna be as clean as possible. So this thing's a rocket. It has a twin plate clutch. It's hard to reverse, full precision turbo, and it's got the NOS purge outlet there. So thing's a monster. And you know, it has to look its best to match how it's probably gonna sell it for way over 100K. So we're gonna go from there. We have one of our technicians, Luca. Luca, how's your day been?
Pretty kickback so far. Been waiting to get started on this car. It's looking good. Hardest part of this day so far has been reversing this vehicle.
The twin plate clutch is bad, eh?
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
Just here cleaning these LMGT4s.
LMGT4s are hot on GTRs, eh?
They're beautiful. That's what they're meant to come with. I don't think you should take them off. They just look too good.
So there's a million videos on YouTube explaining how to correct and coat a car. I'm not here to do that. And no one has shown any of you how to actually get these jobs. So the owner of this car saw one of our ads on Facebook or Instagram. He gave me a call, I gave him a quote, and now the car's booked in. It's a lot more complicated than that, but I want to show you the actual behind the scenes in terms of the actual business side, advertising, marketing. No one's done that yet. So we're gonna go upstairs quickly. I'm gonna show you the ad, how I took a deposit, for example, how I spoke to him. And we're gonna show you everything so you could do it for yourself.
For the process of cleaning wheels, I like to apply iron remover to the wheel barrels, to the brake calipers, and also to the wheel faces. Brake dust that's made by cars, especially performance vehicles. In this case, this lovely Skyline comes with Brembo brakes, which are dust machines. It's good to begin to break down and degrease any of the bonded contamination created by the brake dust. I've also applied our wheel cleaner called Strike through the foamer to the whole wheel face and a little bit in the barrels, just to add some extra lubrication so we're not pushing any dirt into a dry wheel. The actual process is quite simple. On big wheels like this, there's massive gaps in the spokes, there's big clearance between the brake and the inside of the wheel barrel. It's very easy to clean the wheel barrel with a wheel barrel brush like this. Just trying to agitate our chemical. These wheels are actually already pretty clean, so they're pretty easy. We're just trying to do a good once over of every part of the wheel. So first we do the wheel barrels, and as you can see, George is using the wheel mitt to do the face.
Yes, sir.
I'm just using this detailing brush to get into the lug nut area and into the center cap area. Also stuff like the valve stems and where the spokes meet. Working your way around, agitating your chemical, and once you're all done, you'll clean the caliper, and finally we'll clean the tire face, break down any old tire shine. You can see all this browning along here. That tends to be from either road dirt or from previous tire shine causing that. And because we're applying a tire gel when we're done, it'd be good to break that down and not be applying it over an old layer of dirt. And also a quick agitation of the wheel wells. Now this car's on coilovers, so it's pretty tricky to get in there, but we're just trying to agitate it, so it'll be pretty easy to rinse off with our pressure washer in just a second. And yeah, that's how you clean wheels.
And if any of you want to comment that you've been detailing for 850 years and you know the game and you know GTR paint, we don't give a fuck. Don't comment your shit, we don't care. Anyway, so this is how you now decon the GTR. All the wheels are done. We're gonna now foam it up with our Prism Cloud and we'll go from there.
This is our Prism Cloud foam, diluted about 1:5. We're just gonna go over and apply it to the whole car. Important thing about snow foam is that it isn't too thick, so it actually drags the dirt off the paint. If it's too thick, yeah, it looks good for cameras, but it isn't actually that effective.
We'll get our mitt and the car's fully foamed up, and we're just gonna go top to bottom, don't go in a circle to cause swirls. And the reason we wanna wash it so thoroughly, and especially with the next steps coming, is so when we paint correct the car now, we're not grinding dirt and dust or whatever back into the paint. There's no point making it worse than when you started. So this GTR has original paint, so which is ridiculous because it's in, like, you know, very good condition for a 30-year-old car. And the owner wants to get rid of it. He's had his fun with it, and he thought that a correction and coating would be good because then, you know, the car would be perfect and it would look like it's been properly taken care of, which it has already. But now, you know, if you were going to go spend 100 or whatever thousand on this car, if it looks clean as and it's smooth as and there's not a single swirl on it, you're gonna have a lot more trust in the owner that it was actually taken care of, or not some thrash GTR in Guildford or something like that. And you know, these are a hard car to sell. They are pretty expensive now. If you have the money to buy a car like this, you obviously know what you want and you know what you're talking about. So if you were to rock up to a car like this and it's all swirled up, never been properly taken care of, water spots, never had a coating or any sort of protection, what's the mechanical side of it gonna look like? Whereas the hardest thing to maintain is probably the paint. And if the paint looks really good, then you're gonna trust the owner of the car that the rest of the car has been taken care of, and you know, you haven't just paid 100 grand for a blown RB. So this customer called us, it was late last year, and he said, hey bro, I've just seen all your videos. I love your videos and you make me laugh sometimes on what you say. Then he said, yeah, I really want to book it in. I've put a couple more quotes through. He was honest and he wanted to, you know, see our prices and see our packages. But he said that I called him within, I think it was like 2 minutes of him putting our Facebook lead submission in. So he said, bro, you've called me within 2 minutes. Your Instagram looks amazing. Your reviews look amazing. You've done GTRs in the past, and it was really a no-brainer for him to book with me or go with anyone else. So yeah, to be able to get cars like this, you have to have some sort of trust behind your brand, and luckily we've managed to do that in just under a year. So yeah, the customer called us and he said he wants to sell it, and he obviously is willing to invest money into the car to hopefully get some more money out. He said it does have a couple swirls and imperfections here and there. The engine bay is a bit dirty, stuff like that. He goes, whatever you charge, I'm willing to pay it because I have trust that when it does sell, it will sell for a lot more because I got this done. So he bought it for $80,500 a year ago. They haven't gone up that much in a year, like they have gone up, but not that much. So when the car does look immaculate, he's gonna put it on car sales with the photos that we take. I reckon it will sell for at least 100. What do you reckon, Luca?
120.
Well, he actually is in JDM, so probably gonna sell for something like that. So we have our iron remover here, and we have our clay mitt here. Normally we'd use a clay bar, but this car really isn't decontaminated at all. So we're gonna kit it with a quick clay mitt, then our iron remover. So iron remover here, and we've got this mad bottle from the Detail Planet down there. So if you want a mad bottle that has double trigger, then hit up the Detail Planet. So we're spraying on our iron remover. I really doubt that this car is gonna go purple at all, to be honest with you. Then we've got our mitt here. Spray this down a bit. This shit smells bad. And then we're just gonna start. Normally this would sound like sandpaper, but because the car, I said, isn't decontaminated at all, it really is pretty smooth and you can't hear it at all. Normally it would sound like but you can't hear that at all. So we're now gonna do that to the whole car, basically. And we're gonna keep dunking this in the water, and after that we'll dry it and we're all set to start correcting and detailing. I said we weren't gonna use the clay bar because it wasn't that contaminated, but it is pretty contaminated. If you check all these like ridges here, there is definitely contaminants in them. So we're just gonna get rid of every little thing. We noticed on the back of the GTR badge, there's some sort of like glue or residue around the badge. So we're just gonna get our clay bar, hit it with some iron remover and go around the badge just to get all the little parts off, because as we said, it's an expensive car and customers paid a bit of money to get this package done. So we're gonna do it 155,000%. It's gone a bit brown. There are definitely some contaminants on this car. I'm gonna show you how we actually got this job, the ad that got this customer. So let's go upstairs. I'm gonna show you the full backend. So now we're upstairs in the office and I'm gonna show all of you the actual meta ad that booked this client, how we took a deposit, the conversation, some of the things that were said, and how it can really be framed into your business and work for you. So this is our ads manager. There is a lot of shit going on here, and we have 3 ads which are doing very well at the moment. I'm gonna show you the actual ad that got the customer. So this was the ad. It was our S15 video that went viral. The one where I talk about the 1-star. The fuck? When I saw the notification pop up, my heart dropped. The car came out looking so... So it's our actual, I just decided to run some organic content, and you'll be so surprised. Whenever I post an S15, all I get is JDM cars. I post a Navara or something like that, I get Hiluxes and Rangers. So I've noticed whatever I post is the cars that actually come from it. So we got an R33 GTR out of the S15 video. In the lifetime of this ad, it got 17 leads and $22 per lead, $35 a day, and I spent 380 bucks. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember why I actually turned this one off. There must have been a reason. Sometimes they just fatigue, unfortunately. So I'm always testing ads, but I'm sure I would have got at least a couple bookings out of that. And out of a $380 spend, you know, I booked at least 2 or 3 jobs per video. So 4.5, 5 grand out of $380 isn't bad at all. So customer saw this video. He has then clicked our submission form. It has sent it to me through our Detail Launch CRM. I used a lot of CRMs in this business, and they were all honestly rubbish. And it took me about 3 months to learn Go High Level to make the CRM, and it's fully automated. It's now mine. I can change whatever I want. And if you want to use it as well, you're more than welcome to. So the customer has then put a submission. It has come up in new lead. I've just turned off all the leads, so you just can't see their names. I've called the customer. We've agreed on a date, a price, everything. He's explained to me that he wants to sell the car and what his goals are with it. We agreed on the price. We found a date. I have then gone on Urable and I have sent him the $250 deposit link. He was happy with it. We booked for the 13th of January. Yeah, so the customer said to me on the phone, he said, bro, I love your Instagram. I love your TikTok. You actually cracked me up. The 1-star review video of the S15 made me laugh. He said, you've done a couple GTRs. Your reviews look unbelievable. I want to book in. We went through a lot of the objections and, he said he wanted more quotes, simple, objection handling. I said, well, is it a price issue? Is it a this issue, a time issue? And he said to me, I just want more quotes. And I said, look, bro, I'm not sure why you would want more quotes when you have the perfect quote. I did a bit of talking on the phone and he said, fuck it, let's just book it in. And we booked it in. So for ceramic coating jobs or in sales in general, it's a lot easier to objection handle if you actually believe in your product. If you don't believe in your product, you're gonna sound not confident and the customer can always pick up when you're talking shit. Because I'm so confident with our correction coating and ceramic coating packages, the customers just hear it over the phone and they say, like, fuck you, you sound like you know what you're talking about, book. That's what happens all the time. No one shows you this. No one shows you their ads manager and what they're doing, cost per click and all that. For some reason, people act like it's like they're gonna die if you find out how much their cost per lead is. Like, just make better ads and you can see all of everyone's ads on the ads library anyway. Like, it's not a secret. People are just shit at running ads. Plug, if you wanna actually learn all this, join Detail Launch and it's all here. And just to show you, how busy the business is, all of the purple ones are correction and coatings and all of the green ones are new cars. This is January, that was December, November, October, September. As you can see, we are extremely busy. And the things inside Detail Launch and how we get this busy, that isn't a secret. And if you want to learn how to actually replicate this, hit me up and I can help you all of it in Detail Launch. And to all the detailers saying that we're actually not that busy and that I'm lying, I'm actually 100% lying. This is all fake. And the cars that are always downstairs are also fake and the reviews are also fake. So I am lying and just keep saying that it's working. So as you saw at the beginning of the video, the bonnet was beading really well and there's absolutely no beading whatsoever, no protection. So I was right, there was a sealant on the car. If you did the same process with the ceramic coating, it's gonna stay on, especially a prism coating. In Detail Launch, there's a part of it that shows you how to hire employees, because I've hired a couple now. And when you get it right, you can hire freaks like this that will sit there and clay bar a GTR badge for non-stop. Can you stop? It's done.
Look at it.
Prism drying towel. How good's a prism drying towel, Luca?
It's great.
Yeah, it better be great. Say it's better than great.
It's amazing.
He's sacked. All right, good. So we're just drying the whole car now and then we'll move it inside, and while it's still outside, we'll inspect the paint a little bit and just see what condition it's actually in, because it was a bit dirty when it came. So just looking at it outside, there's definitely some minor swells and some slight oxidization, but it's actually very, very good for a 30-year-old car. Probably the best I've seen. Just shows that when you actually look after a car, it can last. A very deep scratch here. Should be able to get that one out. But our blow dryer here, it's from eBay, it was pretty cheap, so we're gonna use that to do all the wheels. Car's all dry. We're gonna now start it and we're gonna reverse it back to start the correction. He's gonna 100% stall it. It's cammed. Didn't stall it. He's stalled it 5 times today, but now he didn't stall it.
I'm the best fucking manual driver you'll ever meet.
I know how many times he stalled it this morning.
Once.
I was doing some weird shit. I didn't even know where he was, and he's down here. What are you doing?
I'm polishing the exhaust tip. Nothing is better than massaging the tip, especially when it's about 30 years old.
I need a new employee. If you want a job, please hit me up. I can't have him anymore. Is that a Nismo tip as well?
Yeah. This is one of the most expensive tips you'll ever find. Quality tip.
Now that the car's under the lights, you can see the oxidization if you go really close. To be honest, it's not really coming up on the camera. In person, there is some oxidization. It does look good for a 30-year-old car, but once we do our couple passes, it's going to look unbelievable. So we'll make sure all of the plastics are taped up because they are original rubbers and plastics, so you don't want to go ruin them. So do all that, then we'll start with the correction. So we've got all of our coatings and our polishes and that here. When I was speaking to the client for this GTR, he said he wanted the best, so obviously recommended Prism Eternity. So that's what we're going to be putting on his car. And I recommend Eternity, you know, if you're going to keep the car for a while and you're willing to pay that bit extra to get the best, Eternity 100%, but you know, our Genesis, Graphene, Vantage and Forge are still unbelievable coatings, especially if you're going to pair them with our, for example, 1 year spray on coating like Glide. They are all really good, but that's what we put on this car after our correction. We're going to get all of the products that we need to correct. So first of all, Monster. Second of all, Flex 3-inch polisher. Third of all, a couple thick Korean microfibers. 5-inch polisher. Don't know how hard or would you reckon a yellow pad?
Pardon?
Do you reckon a yellow pad?
Yes.
We think yellow pad, so we're going to test that out first. 5 and 3-inch yellow pad. Are you thinking heavy cut max or perfect?
Try Kokomi fine cut.
Fine cut Coach Chemi. We're going to try that out first. We'll do a couple passes. If we need to go more aggressive, softer, we've got every type of pad for that. But for example, you want it to go softer, you would use a Lake Country orange pad. If you want it to go harder, you would obviously use a wool pad. But this should be good enough. We've done a couple GTRs. I love the blue Bayside, the Bayside blue R34 I did was all yellow with that. So this should not be that different.
Now, some people ask me, Luca, is 3 inches too big? Is 5 inches too big? Now, the expert on this topic is George from Sydney Ceramic Coatings. Now, George, is 3 inches too big?
It's been too big for me. Get this guy out of here, bro. The lights are looking pretty good. If they weren't warped as fuck, so they still have to get fixed. In a couple of days, the other ones are getting put up, which will be good. We've got the Prism shelf over there. It's looking a bit empty at the moment. Got to restock. So after looking at the car, especially with how much shinier the coatings make the car, I'd pay 160 for this. How much would you pay?
I'd give him 200.
So between 160 to 200 is what probably sell for. But he paid 120 for it, so it's pretty good. We've got to get the car looking 150% here because we can actually take the photos here of the car as well to post, so it's gonna look very, very good. Maybe we could start correcting if Lucas stopped horsing around, but this bro's doing nothing, bro. Bro's looking busy, but not being busy. Actually, when I was in the police, I had a strat. It was actually the best. What I'd do nothing, and I'd get up and I'd walk somewhere really fast and like do nothing, and then I'd come back and walk really fast, and they always thought I was like really busy, but I was actually doing no work. That's what he's doing. And I know the game and I know what game he's playing, bro. Hurry up.
Okay, so the paint correction process is something that is undeniably dangerous and is risky to clear coat if it's not done correctly. So what we're doing here is I've actually masked up some sections of the bonnet and I'm gonna be testing a couple different pad and polish combinations. Japanese paint, especially old Japanese paint, is quite soft. And what that means is that it's very, very easy to cut through defects in the paint, but it's also most difficult to achieve the best gloss and clarity in the final result, especially when you're talking about a single stage of paint correction. It's very important that we work from the least aggressive compound and polish combination up to the most aggressive. I do have more, but I don't want to entertain using those until I do proper testing. So from right to left, we've got our Kokomi micro cut. On the far end, we have our Kokomi fine cut. And in the middle, we have our Sonax Perfect Finish, which I haven't gotten out yet, but I'll show you. So I've got 4 relatively equal sized blobs of compound, and I've got a section that's about 4 times the size of my pad, which means that I've got plenty of compound for it. I'm gonna work it around on about speed 2, and then I'm gonna do about 3 row passes at about speed 4. As you can see, the paint has increased in gloss a little bit. It's already not that bad. You can kind of see in a section that we haven't done that it's already pretty glossy. When it comes to silver, it's very good and almost not satisfying seeing the before and after, but I can assure you that it does add some uniformity to the paint. So this combination has been very effective in increasing the gloss, saturation and clarity in the paint. I can't see any defects in this section. So I think that might be the best combination we do to preserve the original paint of the car. We're not going to try and get it 100% because that might mean sacrificing paint and burning through, which is something we really don't want.
The guy's a scientist.
I'm going to try a pass with Sonac's Perfect Finish, which is one step up from Kokami's Micro Cut. We have it here. This is part of the Profiline series from Sonax, really good German abrasives. It's got a cut rating of 4 out of 6. In our experience, it's really not all that much. But just to be preventative and to be safe, I'm barely going to be using any pressure with my polisher. I'm going to keep my machine speed nice and low and my arm speed nice and fast. So yeah, we're going to get into a test section with Perfect Finish just to double check, compare results between the two, and then we're going to go ahead and work through the whole car. Yeah, it's better.
Perfect Finish with a yellow Europez pad then. That's how we're gonna go. I'll just show you the spoiler while we're here. It's an easy part to show. We'll do half of it. There are quite a few, it looks like stone chips. So things have been hitting this spoiler. To be honest, it looks like it has a lot of orange peel. So whether this has been, the spoiler's been repainted or if it's aftermarket, I'm not sure. So we're just gonna be a bit careful, but we'll start correcting it. Really wish this car was a different color, just so you could see the difference, because you can't see it on camera, but it's just added more clarity to it. As I said, it was already in good condition. The only thing really on the spoiler was stone chips that have been touched up. So we're just gonna give the engine bay a quick wipe down. Didn't charge the customer for this. I just want this to look its absolute best for when the customer comes and sees it. Fucking RB28 in this, crazy. What's that, brother? It's a snail, brother. Shout out Spaniard. I'm gonna give this a quick wipe down. Then we're gonna go to the interior and start coating all of the fabric seats. There's oil splatter through this. Probably have to tell the customer about that. So we're now gonna start with the carpets and the whole interior. We're going to ceramic coat everything, all the fabric with Prism Drift. These carpets are pretty dirty, so we're gonna get our Tornador and just start. All right, now we're gonna coat these seats. So we're gonna get our APC and we're just going to scrub it all down just to get the surface as clean as possible. We're now gonna get our Prism Drift, keep going until it's really saturated. You now put a glove on and work it into the seat with your glove. And we're now gonna do this to all the seats, and that is how you coat fabric seats. So this is Prism Velar, it's our leather coating. Obviously this car has real leather, not like the shit that's in some newer cars. So what we'll do, we'll apply it to the steering wheel, the center console, the dash, and some of the door trimmings as well, just to make sure that's protected as much as possible as well. So we got it here. You just apply it to a bit of a suede applicator microfiber thing. Make sure it's all mixed in. It looks very sus. So we're then gonna get it, we're gonna apply it to all the steering wheel. And we are going to apply it to the center console. We're gonna let these both bake for around 30 seconds and we're gonna alcohol wipe the whole car down and get ready for coating. Quick tip for when you have a shop, put all of your reels upside down. So what's gonna happen when you get workers like Luca, they're gonna let go of it and it's gonna fly into it and everything's gonna break. If it's upside down, you have to actually feed it back in. So it's more mission, but once I saw Luca do that, and he did do it. And then, no, I'm joking, it wasn't Luca. But it has happened, so to avoid that, life has to get harder, because people are fucking spastic. So the car's been fully detailed inside and out, and we are now onto the coating stage. But before we do that, the last step of preparation is getting our isopropyl alcohol, Prism Prep, and we are going to spray down the whole car. If you come here, and you see, even though this has been corrected and we've wiped up most of the polish, you can still see polish residue. And that's only on the black parts, it's still around most of the car. And we still need to get all of that up before we start coating. So we get our prep, spray everything down, and wipe. That is now prep for coating. And now we'll do it for the whole car if you come to the bonnet. So now that's ready for coating. So we've got Prism Eternity, which is our 10-year ceramic coating. It's also marine grade, just to show you how strong it is. It was actually made for, like, you know, jet skis and boats. So I'm sure on a car it will last 10 years without a doubt. So what you'll need to do the ceramic coating, we have our applicator blocks here. These ones are really good. And you'll need 2 cloths per person. One for picking up the initial coating, and then one for picking up all the residue, the low pile and the high pile side. We will coat basically all the paint on the car except the glass, the rims, and the interior has already been coated because they have their own separate coatings that I'll also explain in this video. Just to show you what we will use though, this is Prism Glide, which is our wheel cleaner, and it's a spray-on one, and this is Prism Clarity, which is our glass coating. I've not seen glass or rims bead like how these make things bead. So it's good to actually prime the applicator by just putting a couple drops on it and just letting it sit. I've already done it, so we'll go straight into coating. You want to have one of your microfibers ready, and it's a pretty humid day like today, and Prism coatings do not react well to humidity, to be honest. So I'm going to do from this body line there to the whole thing, and then I'll cut the bonnet into probably 4 sections and do that. And that's definitely enough room for it not to flash, but still being, you know, time efficient. So do a cross to start off with. Then you want to fill in the box. And this part is now done. I'm gonna see if we missed any spots, and that's it. So we will normally wait between 20 to 30 seconds for a coating like this. Now we'll get your cloth, and you want to take it off in circles, and you'll see it all come off. I feel like DIY detail doing this. All I need is red gloves. So if you feel it, it's super soft compared to, if you feel my finger actually drags here, there's nothing to drag onto. So it's super hydrophobic, especially the Eternity. Being a 10-year coating, it really shouldn't be this soft, but it's ridiculous. Luca, how many other coatings have you used?
I've used coatings from both Geon, G-Technic, and Autoglim, just the consumer grade stuff before I started working here.
What do you think of those compared to this?
Well, the durability of Prism is pretty different, obviously being a pro-grade coating. The application process is also a little bit less forgiving compared to the consumer grade ones, but the best thing is that you go through the struggle of applying it once and then you won't have to apply it for another 10 years. So rather than applying an easy coating, you know, once a year, set and forget with maintenance, but set and forget when it comes to Prism.
We just had a customer rock up in a red S15. Honestly, I recommended he get the car resprayed because there was someone else tried to detail it and there was like they had burned through the paint a couple of times. So I recommended a full respray to him. But even he walked in and said, I was just showing him this car and basically what we do. And he said, oh, like when did this car get repainted? I said, no, it's original paint. He said, this is original paint. I said, yeah, it's pretty good, eh? He said, fuck that, that's a car. So everyone so far that's seen this car, even just the neighbors here walking past, they've said like that's a big money car, I'd pay big money. I still think this will sell for like 160 or something like that. And SCC is still doing well. In terms of detail launch, I think we have 7 or 8 people in detail launch now, or scaling. I know that you all saw the video with Apply Pro detailing. So he's doing really well, and he's the one of 7 basically that are scaling. So yeah, detail launch is also going well. And if you'd like to scale, hit me up. I got very solid positivity from the first YouTube video with the McLaren, which was rare. I really thought some dickhead was gonna start talking shit about something, but we didn't get that, which was good, thank God. This will be the 3rd YouTube video posted. The second one will be the video with Ashan and the RS3, which was also a good day. And the next YouTube video will be with a Lotus. I'm sure by the time this is posted, the Lotus will be soon to get posted. And I'm thinking of doing a full breakdown of the correction and coating stage, much more detailed than what we did in this video, because this video is more of a challenge video. So if you're keen for that, let me know. But whatever you want to see, let me know. But I'm really gonna push the page to be towards whether if you want to get your car done, how to do it, how to know the person's good that's doing it, or if you want me to do it, or for detail launch, where if you want to actually scale your detailing business, because doing cars like this in and out every day is crazy, and it's really hard to do, but once you crack the formula, it gets a lot easier to do. So if you want to scale your business too, let me know. But if you want to see something specific, like, you know, how I even talk to customers, or more personal stuff, or I don't know, whatever you want to see, let me know, and I'm more than happy to do it. So we're going to now coat the wheels. We've got Prism Glide here, which is our 1-year spray-on coating, and you know, I used other coatings in the past to coat wheels, and these are very easy wheels to coat because there's so much room. But normally, if you were to get a new AMG, for example, they have 30 spokes and they're ridiculous. So get your Prism Glide, give it all a good spray. I'd let it sit for about a minute. All right, now that it's sat for a minute, it's cured a lot better. We are just going to wipe it all off. Final part of coating this car is the windows now. We've got Prism Clarity. Some glass coatings that we've used in the past were disasters. Once I had to correct all the glass on a car because the windows all streaked. So now that Prism Clarity is here, it's literally a spray on like that. Then you wipe off instantly. It's done. You could literally do all the windows in less than 2 minutes.
Here I am applying Prism Eternity to the roof. It's best for big flat panels like this to not get overwhelmed by the size, but instead just focus on working your way through in small sections. This way you avoid high spots and any dramas, so you only have to coat once. Humid day like this, and it's already about 50% cured the second it's pretty much on the paint, so not much work time, but also means not much wait time. So just be thorough, take your time. If you're doing this at home, there's no rush. If you're doing it in the shop, it's only a rush when George yells at you, so it's all good.
All right, the car's done, fully been corrected, fully coated, wheels coated, glass coated, interior coated, tire shine, all done. We're about to take some photos and some B-rolls to send to the customer. He's about to rock up, and yeah, it's a beautiful car. He should get well over 120 for it, but I will do a quick walk around of it just so you can see how it turned out. Straight mirror. There's barely any imperfections on it. This would be in very good condition for a brand new car, let alone how it came in here, let alone a 30-year-old car now. So it's come up extremely good. It looks unbelievable. As I said, everything been coated. Probably didn't even look this good when it came out of Nissan. And we'll see how it goes with the customer and if he likes it. Why for, if you don't mind me asking? Remind me of each other. That's ridiculous, but as we have in here, he rocked up in an S15. It was like, he goes all day on this car. What a car. Car's all done. The customer was super happy with it. The next video, I'm gonna call him and see. Oh, he probably couldn't hear that. He almost hit boost. I'm gonna give him a call. He's gonna call me, sorry. Oh, he's here. What's wrong? Oh, he's back here. We should have snuck on mic on the car. Oh, wow. So the car's done. His owner was super happy with it. I'm gonna send him the photos to put on car sales. And he's gonna call me with what he's done. We've got the owner of the GTR on the phone. How are you, bro?
Hey, bro. Good, yourself?
Good, man. What's happening? How's the car?
Nothing much. Oh, bro, amazing. Love it.
How much you end up selling it for?
Bro, I sold it for $161,500.
So what, you made like 40 grand from when you bought it?
Just over 40 grand. Proper, bro. Fucking cheering.
What'd the guy say when he picked it up?
Bro, he loved it. He said it was absolutely immaculate.
No, I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you very much,
Thank
man.
you for,
No, I appreciate you.
thank you for bringing it past.
It's a car.
And I need a cut of that 40 grand, yeah?
I'll give you a case of beer. That's it.
All good.
No, I'll bring my next car to you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. So he made just over $40,000 off the correction and coating package, whether it was actually off the correction and coating package or because, you know, it had gone up in value. I'm not sure, but it didn't go up 40 grand in 1 year because he only bought it a year ago. But as he said, new owner said it looked immaculate. It was original paint. So he thought it had been taken care of and never thrashed. Obviously, it's definitely been thrashed. It just shows that when you take care of the car on the outside, it makes it look mechanically better and people will pay more money for it. So if you want to get your car ceramic coated, comment ceramic. If you want to expand your detailing business, comment scale. And thank you for watching the video and thank you for following. Appreciate it. See you next time.